Hi there. Welcome back on the journey to transform culture. I'm Steve, and I'll be your guide. Well, folks, today, as we approach the Thanksgiving holiday in the United States, let's talk a little bit about thankfulness. you know, Thankfulness can really seem like a very simple thing. Well, I'm thankful because I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my friends. I'm thankful. There's some essential basics that we're all thankful for, and those are kind of no brainers, right? But when we're talking about our teams, we're talking about an organization, or even the culture at large in our communities, as we go a little deeper, as we often do, right? Let's get in a little bit more into the depths of thankfulness. Specifically, how and what motivates thankfulness, right? Typically, people are thankful because you're looking back upon or realizing what you receive, and you're thankful for what you've received. And that's amazing. That's fantastic. But in some cases, behind it, there can be a conditional thankfulness or condition for thankfulness. And so, an example of that would be, well, if we hit certain targets, I'll be thankful when we hit this certain objective or a certain target. I'll be thankful when I achieve this certain level of pay, or my company makes a certain level of net profit or income, and so on. I'll be thankful, and this is a good thing. I'll be thankful when I can do and have this kind of impact in the community and the culture at large. That's a good thing. But you can see that when you make your thankfulness conditional, you're forever chasing what it is that uh, that you seek. You never really get to it, and when you do, it's kind of an empty win, because typically there's a trade-off. I achieved this, but I lost that in the process of trying to achieve this, right? The key here is, how can we be most abundant, and how can we have a mindset of thankfulness all the time, not just during special holidays throughout the year, right? uh, it's fine to increase our level of thankfulness for different during different times of the years to celebrate. That's amazing and fantastic, and we should do that. We should also regard those who are struggling, who are probably thankful that they are at least as well off as they are, but are definitely struggling, and we can um, make a difference in their lives, right? And we should. But as it relates to uh, all of us, as I can say a team, I can say the culture at large, I can say an organization, but all of us, right? When our thankfulness is based on a condition, well, I'll be satisfied and thankful when we achieve this, or when I achieve that, or when I get this, or when I get that. I'm reminded of the vacation uh, movies, right? Christmas Vacation specifically, where he's got this expectation. Well, when I get my bonus, I'm going to be able to build that pool, and he's basically just supercharged, and he has this expectation. But in the end, he doesn't receive that bonus, right? And because he had a false expectation, or we'll say he deluded, whatever, himself to about that expectation. Uh, what happened was, is his thankfulness was based on, when I get that, I'll be thankful, and he really believed he was going to get it. So therefore, he was already, making plans before everything had come full circle on that. And then when he didn't get it, his thankfulness, any level of thankfulness that he had as the family came to visit and all of these things, you realized it was a conditional thankfulness. He was riding kind of on a high of thankfulness that wasn't real to basically what currently. He wasn't living in the present, right? He was living in the future. He was basing his thankfulness now based on the future. And that's okay to have the right frame of mind. But when you set an expectation that I will be thankful only when this happens, and you set a condition on it, It's almost as if the universe says, "Oh, really? Well, you need to learn a lesson right here, and so therefore you're not going to be able to achieve that." Now, I'm not saying that absolutely occurs, but it can feel that way, right? And so you put a condition on something, it doesn't occur, and then thankfulness runs out. And this is another way we become jaded also as leaders, as members of teams, people in culture. This is where people become derisive against other people. We actually see the reverse of thankfulness, right? People are unappreciative. They're kind of snarky. They're a little bit have a little bit of a growly attitude. They're cynical. All of this comes from a lack of thankfulness, a lack of thankfulness in the moment, in the present. Be thankful for what you have in the present. You woke up today, right? And we know this doesn't apply to everybody, but you wake up today, you may have had, food in your belly to start the day or sometime during the day. You may have, a livelihood to continue to live the life you're living, your family's health, this, that, and the other. There are people struggling also in all of these areas where they don't have that. And yet their thankfulness for in the areas that they do, you think of a Mother Teresa who basically helped other people and really was, essentially impoverished herself. She had little to nothing really. And, but yet was loving, kind, and thankful, right? And it was that in the present, you know, God has given me love. I have this love. It's a treasure, and I'm thankful for it. And I'm going out to share my treasure with the world. I mean, you think about it. That's a pretty amazing way to approach life, right? And when you do that, what do you think comes? Abundance comes. The way is paved forward when you have that right present attitude about being thankful. Now, that isn't to say you can't be thankful now or that you can only be thankful now. You can look back and be thankful for what occurred, right, throughout the year, obviously. And when you look back, here's the other side of this, coin of thankfulness is, are you thankful for the lessons that you learned, right? You may have fallen short. You may have got snubbed. You may have got cut off in traffic. You may have been betrayed. You may have been this. You may have been that. And none of it good, say, right? You may have lost loved ones, right? You may have had relationships implode. You may have lost everything that you have, monetarily. You may have lost your home. It may have been the worst year ever. But what did you learn from all of it? And how did it shape you? Were you, obviously in the moment you may not have been thankful. That we have to acknowledge we're human. We also need to mourn the loss of things, right? That's a healthy thing to realize. But we can't stay in an ever present level of mourning. We have to then move forward. And moving forward, creating a little space and time, then we can appreciate and be thankful for the lessons we learned. But if we're forever casting, I can't be thankful for that because I was this, somebody wronged me, there was, this thing, that thing, whether you did it to yourself or whether others did it to you, you still need to have a level of thankfulness. Why is that? Because now what you've learned, you've gone forward. And now all these potholes in front of you that you see that you maybe never recognized in the past, you can step to the left and step to the right, right? So, you walk down a certain block and somebody robbed you. Well, guess what? You learn not to walk down that block, right? Or you learned a different way, different things to do to counter that, right? So there should be a thankfulness in the journey, a thankfulness in this evolution of learning. Life is a school, right? We're constantly learning, and we should be constantly learning. We aren't static. We're always growing. We're always growing. Even if you believe you're static, you're still growing. You can't avoid it, okay? Because life will bring you opportunities to fail or succeed, and whatever occurs, you're growing. It forces you to grow. You have no choice. So what do? Lean into it. Be thankful for this journey. Be thankful for the lessons. Be thankful for the blessings. Be thankful for, charitable situations. Be thankful for your opportunity to help others. Be thankful for the energy and the love that you share. Be thankful for the energy and the love and appreciation that you receive. Be thankful. And when you do that, you'll find that more abundance flows into that thankfulness. And it's no different in our organizations, whether you're the broader team or in the leadership side of the house. You must show thankfulness. You must be appreciative, engage with your team, and be thankful. I know that when I've led different teams, part of my gimbal walk, it isn't just to walk around and say, "Oh, how are we doing? What do the numbers look like?" No, it's, "Hey, I really appreciate what you're doing. How's everything working for you today? Is there anything that's not working for you that we can, do better? We can improve upon." Invite that engagement because you're thankful and you invite it. Then others become thankful that you offered to help, right? And this becomes a constant loop of thankfulness. And it's embedded within our interactions and our communication. So just wanted to talk a little bit today about thankfulness. It goes right along with when we're, showing thankfulness within ourselves and then outwardly. That is another way that we protect love. And when we're protecting love, right, we're hitting those good dominoes 3 to 5 times a day or more to uplift, motivate, inspire, and encourage other folks. And when we do that, we're transforming culture, which is transforming people's lives and our own lives. And that's a pretty amazing thing. So just want to touch base with that on that about thankfulness. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. And I look forward to talking to you again. Hit like, share, and subscribe. Take care and have a wonderful day.